Hello everyone. Like I said in my post yesterday, I promised I would do a video today, possibly showing you something you may not know, possibly showing something you do know. Hopefully I'll teach you something new with this video. I am streaming this live, but I expect most people to watch it on YouTube simply because it is a lot easier to. Anyway, I've gone over. I did cast the games, and whilst a lot of people that participated in the BSG StarCraft 2 Cup that took place on Saturday, there was some stuff that I saw that obviously is what's keeping you guys from being all top-rated diamond players. So I thought I would help you. I'd tell you what I thought what the issues were, some stuff that you could possibly learn, and maybe adapt into your play. Because whilst the BSG is a pretty damn good tournament, you don't want to be stuck in gold forever. You want to step up the ranks and start participating in those top tournaments. Although it would be nice if you could sort of participate in the gold tournaments and also rank up at the same, but you can't. It's a bit unfair to everyone else. Still, hopefully we can teach you something. So I found this replay. Now this is the finals between Persky and Vuv on Zuv, sorry. I've got his name over 2 days. Aren't I awesome? This was the third game. Basically, as I turn my MSN off, basically, yeah, so this is the third game of the tournament. So basically, Vuv won. We know that. So he won this game. I'm not going to spoil that. What we want to go into, though, is something that a lot of people have trouble with, and that is with economy and expanding. Just as I just X out MSN there. Beautiful. Okay. So, economy and expanding. Now, what I saw a lot of people doing in the tournament was they were just staying on one base and just building a big army and then attack moving the other person's base, and that was it. It was just, yeah. And that's awesome. There was some good micro, there was some good builds used, there was a good mix of units, and people were spending their money, and that was awesome. But what Vuv did that other people didn't was he had his economy going very well. He would expand, and that is what gave him the edge in the tournament. So we're going to start this replay off here. Obviously being the finals, this is Percy here in the top right and Vuv in the top left. Now, just as I start here, this video does two things. First of all, it teaches you how to play. Second of all, it tests this streaming program. I've made a few edits. I'm hoping it won't crash. So if it does crash, damn it. If it doesn't crash, mission accomplished, and that's what we're hoping for here. So, of course, map plateau, we all know what happened here, but I want to talk about economy. Obviously, at the start here, you're going to power drones, you're going to power probes, you're going to power SCVs, because it's it's the only thing you can build, for goodness sake. So you're going to build them, you're going to look online, you're going to get the build. Here we go, look at that. A pylon on 9 and a pylon on 9. Obviously, a lot of players are doing that and scanning draftwoods. Very normal builds here. When you're a low level player, I mean, you can look into getting your own builds, but the chances are the players that are sort of at the top and top of diamond and stuff are going to have these builds sorted out. They are better players than you. I know it's hard to admit it. Even like I look at the top players, I'm not that great. I'm sort of mid-level diamond, about 1300 rated. The top level players though, they're the ones making the strategies, and what we do as sort of the good diamond players is we look at their strategies and we go, okay, that's working for them, let's try it, and then we'll play games with it. And then if we have a problem with something, we'll build on that. We'll go, okay, I'm having a trouble with Banshees, so I might scout at this time, which I know Banshees are coming out at, or maybe a tech lab on Starport should be up on. It might be 6 minutes, which is the great thing about this clock down here. Beforehand it was mainly due to sort of supply, so you kind of go, about 25 supply when I scout. But as we watch this drone here get killed, that's something you work on when you get up there. For the moment, look at the top players and copy their builds, and they could get a good build against all three of your matchups. That's CV. So it's against Zerg, against Terran, against Protoss. Whatever you play, you can get 3 builds, because honestly, if you go a bio push against Zerg, it won't do too well. This is Terran. But if you go bio push against Protoss, it'll work. I mean, Zerg can just throw banelings at it and pretty much dominate it unless you do something. I'm just going to set this to busy as well. I'm well prepared tonight. I just didn't set anything up. It's awesome. Anyway, so like my bar, by the way, kind of hides the replay bar, so you don't know how far it is for the game. I thought it was pretty nifty. There's this probe here as well. It's always fun. So just going for 2 gate here. We're starting to get into the economy time. Now, something to keep aware of is player with the higher economy is going to be able to get more units, or better upgrades, or better tech. All 3 of those things are ways to win the game. If you both are on one base and you both have 4 warp gates up, you're basically going to come down to micro. I mean, your micro might be amazing, but why not also have more units? So you can micro units better, you can steamroll your opponent. You're going to destroy him. And let me just, the income tab now, look at that. One harvester difference. That's just maybe a little bit slow on one person here. I mean, he's obviously not building a probe now. So that's so close that there's no advantage to either player. You can't beat someone if you have the same economy as them. You have to get a better economy. There's two ways to get a better economy. First one is to expand, the second one is to kill theirs. Both awesome ways to get ahead here. That's obviously why killing workers is great. The other thing is, though, don't sacrifice to kill workers. I've seen people throw their entire army at someone and just kill off half their workers. Oh my god, that's awesome. As we watch this probe here die for a bit of entertainment value. Yeah, you kill half your workers, but you've lost your army. Like, these probes can be built back. That army costs you 1,000 minerals and 500 gas, and that's the advantage your opponent will have until that your economy kicks in again, which, you know what, it probably won't. He'll catch up. Anyway, the main thing though, build probes, harass your opponent if it's cost effective. So don't throw 200 out of 200 army at it. Okay, that's easy. Second one's expanding. Now, if you just expand, you can die. You can lose the game. It's not cheap to get an expansion up. It costs you 400 minerals. That's 4 zealots. And right now, like, if you gave him a choice of having a Nexus and 4 zealots, like if you could build 4 zealots right now, which he is kind of doing, and warp gate, you could, you know, sacrifice, like if he sacrificed these units and built the Nexus, he probably could do that. Okay, that's what I'm getting at. Maybe even this, maybe even a gateway, and he'd have that Nexus up, and his economy would be great. And then good old Persky over here would just go, oh, he's got no units, I'm going to win the game. He just walks over him, he's got nothing to defend, he loses. So the trick is to defend, have enough units to defend, because maybe you have a defender's advantage. That is, you get to pick where you fight if he's attacking you, and you get any units that you build in the time he takes to leave his base and get to you. So if he left his base right now with 3 zealots and 2 stalkers, he has pretty much the same army with sentry instead of a zealot, but in the time it takes for him to go all the way across the map here, you would have more units. See more stalkers warping in now, and that's the defender's advantage. You want that. Obviously, you have to attack him at some point. So build enough units to get that, and then get your expansion down. That's the trick. Now what we're going to see here is a push out from Persky. Okay, this is a 4 warp gate push. He has his 4 gate up. He's chrono boosting one of them. Don't know why. No, he's small. It's a gold player. What do you expect? And he's pushing out. He's going to kill his probe. Now, right now, what the idea is to keep your expansion alive, right? He's putting pressure on his opponent. His opponent's stuck in his base. If his opponent were to leave his base now, he would fight his army. He's got an army defending his base. He can't get backstabbed. Not easily, at least. Now is a good time to expand. Put down that Nexus right now, because it won't get killed. And when you, let's say if you win the game with this push, brilliant, you've won the game. That's it. If you lose the game with this push, well, sorry, if you lose the game with this push, if you lose this push here, you lose all these units. You have an expansion up, you have an econ going that is better than your opponent's, because you are obviously here, and you can see he doesn't have one. You're ahead. You can build another 2 gateways. 6 gate beats 4 gate, surprisingly, unless it comes with a micro and stuff like that. But what we're going to see here is Persky's denying his opponent. He's natural. He's sitting here. He's got a decent army. These immortals kind of make it a bit unfair. Different tech. What Gate needed to have on this map, it's good getting those immortals up, because it's a big map. It takes a while to get to the other side, even with the pylons warping stuff in. What he's going to do is he's going to push up the ramp. He didn't need to. He could have expanded right now, and if his opponent pushed out, he could have pulled back. His expansion would have been down first, thus econ advantage. Here comes a push now. Just give you something entertaining to watch here. Should get some force fields coming up, but right now he knows that Vuv doesn't have an expansion. He could be getting one up right now. He has the money. Look, I'm clicking on his units. He has 600 minerals. Nexus could be going down. It's not. If it was going down, then he would have an economy advantage, and then when he tried to counterattack, 6th gate would have been up, and he would have been able to defend it. I'm kind of repeating myself here. This is totally unscripted and anything. It's really hard to sort of talk about what's on top of your head. Anyway, fun battle. And we do find that Zuv here, with his immortals, does destroy him. Okay? Now, right now, let's go to the other player's point of view. Zuv, he's just killed all his opponent's units, and he has, I'm going to pause the game as well. He has killed all his opponent's units. He has this army here. There are stalkers, there are 7 stalkers, 2 sentries, a zealot, and an immortal, and 2 more stalkers running down. That is a good army. He has a choice right now. Other, obviously, is to kill his pylon, and this one here, if he scouts it, I don't think he has yet. but it doesn't matter. He has two choices. First one is to attack his opponent. Okay, now assuming his opponent's been macroing, he's got to make a decision. Will this do damage to my opponent? If he's won a battle and he has one zealot, one stalker left, obviously he's not going to do damage to his opponent. But he's going to realize, hey, I've killed my opponent's army. He has nothing to attack me with. He's just lost his army. That is a safe right now for Zuv. It is a safe time to expand because he kills his opponent's army. He has the army advantage and he can defend it.